Good morning, guys. Welcome to my Monday morning rant for the 5th of July, 2021. I hope everyone in Sydney and wherever else, I'm not even sure, in lockdown is doing okay. I have to admit, I have gone a little bit fucking stir crazy the last couple of days from just not seeing anyone. And Viv is going to be coming over today to partially move in, which is it's going to be interesting. I think we've talked about it for quite some time. Her lease runs out soon, and she's thinking about moving, maybe even interstate. And with all this COVID stuff going on, she's a bit in limbo with all of that. So she's going to move in for a bit. It should be interesting, and I'm sure we will shoot a lot, which is great too. Good for the Patreon. I was a little bit worried there. If lockdown does extend, I probably will run out of content, and that's never happened. I've never run out of content for my patrons. Um, so yeah, that won't be happening, which is great. So it's been a pretty good week for me. I have spent a lot of time because I've got fucking shit tons of it. I've spent a lot of it on just reworking my folio and getting more active on Reddit and getting new patrons because of it too. And an escort that I've shot with previously, Aria May, she reached out to me to book me in for a shoot after this lockdown, which could extend. So I'm really not sure if we'll make that date next at the end of this week. I think we've booked in for Sunday. But she then also let me know about a couple of other escort listings that offer photography listings, sex workers, safe photographers to work with. And these listings are pretty cool. They're not like, obviously, they're not Scarlet Blue. Scarlet Blue is the largest Australian escort listing, and I'm sure the girls pay like thousands to be on that every year. And they've dominated that sort of platform and space for many years by the looks of it. But there are two new listings, and they look really cool. They're more modern looking, feeling, great branding, great looking websites too. And one of them is called Dakota Dice. The other one is called Ivy Society. And I reached out to both of them, and they both have me listed now as a photographer, which is really cool. Yes, lockdown is on right now, so I doubt anyone's booking photographers, but I'm hoping that those listings will actually get me some more work. So whether or not they do, we'll have to see after lockdown. And yeah, with Reddit, I have been busy working on my new boudoir community where I try to not just post images. Uh, I try to actually go a little bit further into how or why I've taken the shot in order to try to get some sort of discussion going. And I've got a few text-based posts up on there as well. So I suppose I'm flexing my community building skills there and trying to get it beyond just people gawking over, semi-naked women. And so far, so good. It's taking off. There's not as much discussion as I thought there would be. I'm definitely having more discussions in the private boudoir subreddit that I was invited to a couple of weeks ago, and that's doing really well. Like, I seem to be the only one posting, but at least when I do post, some people respond, and we're having some pretty good discussions in there, which is pretty cool. The sad thing is, like, I'm probably the only Aussie photographer on there, and escorting is legal in Australia, right? And we have these escort listings and stuff like that. Whereas their main complaint in the US is that escorting is considered illegal, so they don't have that kind of community there. They don't have professional escort listings, and it's really difficult for them to navigate around that. So um, that's been an interesting discussion. It's something that I want to look more into as well, um, just out of curiosity. But I posted an AMA, which is an Ask Me Anything, on a not safe for work specific AMA. And I just wrote, I'm male, 46, and I'm a full-time escort photographer, AMA. And I've gotten a fair few responses there and some pretty decent questions. The most typical question, and I'm getting it in private messages, which is creepy, are guys just asking me whether I sleep with my models. I sleep with the escorts that I shoot. And as much as that makes me mad, it's Reddit after all, and Reddit's a pretty shit place. So it's to be expected, I suppose. But I'm just ignoring those guys. And the one person that did ask it in the thread, I just left a really short response along the lines of, "No, I don't," and work is work, business is business. And people talk. It's a small world, people talk, and reputation is king. So um, that's all I had to say on that. But yeah, apart from that, I did a podcast with Jeff Ash. He's a guy, same age as me, a year younger actually, and he lives in Perth, WA, and he used to have a business that imported Japanese cars, performance cars from Japan, and it's how I met Brendan, a guy who inspired me when I was looking for an R32 GTR all those years ago. So we have a connection there. Jeff didn't even know about that, which is pretty cool. But it was a good podcast. I had a couple of glasses of red. It was in the afternoon. We ended up talking about cars, but we also ended up talking about life as expected. And it was a really juicy podcast. I really enjoyed it, and I will get that up live this week sometime. Um, at the end of that podcast, the sad thing is that he enjoyed it, and he said he could have gone on, and he actually runs something like it's almost like an Alcoholics Anonymous, but it's getting guys with mental issues together in a group to have open discussions, and that sounds fucking awesome and sounds like something I really like to talk about. So um, I'm already thinking of getting him back on the podcast to talk specifically about that. I think that'll be great, because I do know a few guys that are having troubled times right now, and I'm sure just talking about it helps. What else? Oh, and my friend Linda is on MasterChef, and I'm so proud of this girl. I'm so proud of her for being on the show and how well she's gone. And she won the immunity channel challenge in the second last show from now, and that's put her straight into finals week of MasterChef. So it's mind blowing, and it's just so awesome to watch her in the show. I had no idea she was such a weapon in the kitchen. Um, she's really cooking from the heart, and she cooked it for the immunity challenge. She cooked a dish where she brought up her ama, her grandma, and I've always called my grandma Ama as well, Amah. It's just I've never called my grandma anything but Ama since I was a little kid. So when she brought up that her ama used to cook her this dish, and she broke down into tears, I was just, oh my god, super emo. And also thought about my ama, who's also passed away. So it's just I can't wait to catch up with her. I've been in touch with her, and I'm sure she knows what's going on with the show more than any of us do. I'm sure the filming is probably has all been done by now, and she probably knows exactly who's won and all of that, but she can't talk about it. I'm sure it's a non-disclosure agreement and all that kind of stuff. But she's a busy woman. Everyone probably wants a piece of her right now, but she has said that, like, as busy as she is, she still does have a few days off. And once this lockdown's over and stuff, I'm hoping to catch up with her and her husband David. David is the guy who owns the Zen R32 GTR, the time attack car that we sponsor, and it'd be good to hang out and catch up with Dave as well. So really looking forward to that. Apart from that, I've just been playing a shit ton of guitar as usual. I still haven't taken off the plastic protection and stickers off my new Fender Telecaster. I have been playing it. It's so weird that I haven't taken the stickers off. Usually it's a real treat to do that. Some part of me is just enjoying leaving it all on there at the moment. Do I love the Telecaster? I like it. I don't know if I love it. I'm definitely more of a Strat guy. I think Strats definitely feel more comfortable for me to play. And I like the tones that come out of the Strat better. But what I'm realizing is that all the tones that I've dialed in for my Strats don't necessarily work well with the Telecaster. And I know Telecasters are quite capable of doing dirtier sounds. So I might have to use a whole bank of my pedal board, the memory in the pedal board for the Boss Katana amp. I might just have to tune in some proper Telecaster tones and get busy on that. So yeah, I'm playing it lots, but I'm also finding some days where I don't touch it at all, and I prefer to play Strats those days, which is totally fine. I mean, that's the concept of having different guitars. I've got all my guitars tuned in different tunings at the moment too, which is fantastic. So with those YouTube backing tracks, I've got tracks that are in D, in EB, and just in E as well. And it's just nice to have that diversity. I'm really enjoying each guitar not only playing and feeling different, but they all sound different too now because of the alternate tunings. But guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. It's a real short one this week. I've really got nothing too much to rant about. I hope everyone is staying safe and doing well in lockdown. If you know me, or even if you don't, and you're having a hard time and you feel like you need to talk to someone, just reach out and say good day. I've got all the time in the world and I'm around. But otherwise, guys, have a good week, and I shall see you guys in the next one. See yous.